One of the things I wanted to start off talking about was this note right here that I have that I wrote to myself many months ago. I wrote 2 notes to myself, and I'm sure some of you may have seen it. But the first note that I never lost, it's always right here next to me. Every day that I sit at my desk, I see it. This note right here, I put for myself, and I don't know if you can see it well, but it says, "Don't quit." Let me see. I'm trying to. Is that the lighting is out? Right there we go. It's a Rukia bleach thing. I put "Don't quit." This right here always is just a reminder whenever I feel away, whenever things aren't going exactly the way I would like for them to go. Very simple message: don't quit. But I wrote 2 notes, and the other note I just recently found after a while of me thinking, I don't know, maybe my daughter took it and threw it out or something. But this note right here is what I actually named the stream, and I wrote this again simultaneously with the other one where it says, let's see if we could get it on the docket. There we go. Do it when you don't want to. And what I meant by that one in particular was, there's a lot of times where you're chasing after a goal, you're trying to do something, you gotta, there's a difficult task ahead of you to where you're trying to go, and a lot of times we don't want to do it. A lot of times we just don't want to do it. There's a lot of times where I don't want to make videos. There's a lot of times where I don't want to watch anime. There's a lot of times where I don't want to stream. There's a lot of times where a lot of those things go down. And quite frankly, if I didn't have that mentality that, was instilled in me many moons ago, I wouldn't get through things. I would just constantly let things go because I've been there before too. I've been to a point where it's like I kind of forgot all about that and I would let stuff rock. But you gotta really be, because not everybody has that type of support system to where when you're slacking off or where you're not doing, you're not on your A game, to have somebody come over your shoulder and be like, yo, get on your stuff, man, what you doing, dog? Get on it. Not everybody has that, so you gotta be that person for yourself. It reminds me of going far back even to when I first started talking about like seasonal anime stuff, right? I remember a homie of mine, he would tell me like, because, when you get into seasonal anime and by like the 2nd, 3rd week, you're like, I don't care no more. For me personally, it's always been that way. I get mad hype for seasonal anime. I'm watching this show and that show and that show and that show right there. I'm watching it. But keeping up with all of that, especially nowadays, that's not going to be able to happen. But keeping up with all of that, it gets a little bit, it becomes like a chore. Like you enjoy the stuff, but it becomes a chore. And I remember him telling me like, yo, even if you don't feel like it, just trust me, start watching it. 1, once you start watching the episodes, you're going to enjoy them. So you're going to be happy either way. And 2, at the time he was saying basically like, yo, this is investments. Like, putting out your episode 1 thoughts on Blue Exorcist or Dead Man Wonderland. This is an investment because down the road, people can always go back and watch that Dead Man Wonderland episode 1 first impression. So just, power through it. Even if you don't want to watch the seasonal anime, just watch it so that you can actually get to what you're trying to do and accomplish your goals. And I think that type of mindset is very important to overcoming yourself. I think there's a very, very tough thing of overcoming yourself because the saying, I know it's a cliche or corny, so to speak, of, my only opponent is myself. The only person I'm facing is me. And that's definitely true. Like, you have to overcome yourself. There's a lot of obstacles that you are going to be in front of. You know how many times, like right now, a little bit ago, I was like, man, I ain't streamed yesterday. And I'll be honest with you, I'm a little tired. I did a lot in the gym earlier. I was like, oh man, I don't feel like doing it. And then right here, this little note changes everything. Do it even when you don't want to. Because, consistency is important. And just in general, you got to keep yourself occupied with things that are good for you. You know what I'm saying? Streaming is one of the things that I do. I could actually help people out in the process of it. So anytime you ever feel like, yo, you're chasing after a goal, whatever it may be, you're trying to make music, you're trying to create something, you're a chef, whatever it may be, always remember that thing where if you're feeling lazy or you don't feel like doing it, do it anyways. If you're trying to lose weight, and because this is a big one and I faced it for many moons of, dealing with getting enthusiastic and getting hyped for the gym. To get myself amped for the gym, it is a process and a half sometimes. Not all the time. Sometimes I get up and I'm, let's go, baby, let's go. And then there's some times where it's like, oh my God, to get myself amped up, yo, what the hell? But I push myself anyways. Like, I'm now at a routine where I go to the gym 5 days a week. I do straight cardio for 2 of the days, and then I do cardio and lifting for 3 of the days. And sometimes it gets strenuous. But again, I'm very much so excited about when I do see results, when I do start feeling like, yo, god damn, bro, I'm getting some gains here. And that's always a good thing. So you always got to look at, to the benefits of it. The benefits of what you want out of whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish. Again, if you're trying to lose weight, if you start seeing a little bit like, when I be seeing like, damn, I'm starting to get a little refined in certain areas, I get excited about that. If you're starting a YouTube channel, Twitch channel, whatever the case may be, you start seeing you getting followers, subscribers, whatnot. Use that as a motivation to get yourself up. And when you don't want to do it anyways, because that feels good, and at the same time you're doing stuff to better yourself, your situation, and anything that you're trying to accomplish.
Thought it would have been, wish it would have been. Acting like I'm fine is getting harder to pretend. I said, thought you would have been, wish you would have been. Maybe I was wrong, it was me all along.